and I'd like to talk to you about Tourette syndrome. In its basic definition, Tourette syndrome is a brain disorder characterized by tics, either motor or vocal tics. And Tourette's is named for a French neuroscientist, Georges Gilles de la Tourette's. It does not affect intelligence or life expectancy, only your motor skills or vocal skills. Tics are the major symptom of Tourette's, and tics are characterized as vocal or motor, and simple or complex. Simple tics are something that is short, repetitive, and you may not even notice them. Some examples are either blinking or clearing of the throat, things that are done normally, but if a person does them over and over them, it could be Tourette's. A complex tic is something like jumping, which is a long drawn out process where it's a lot more noticeable. And in a lot of extreme cases, a person with complex tics might even punch themselves or harm themselves. What Tourette's does, it affects the synapse, or the gap between the nerves, the nerve endings, which sends transmissions through to the brain. And the main catalyst would be the Tourette's gene, which makes a catalyst and serves to pronounce effects by other mutated genes that are slightly abnormal. And dopamine and norepinephrine, which is the fight or flight response, which makes people with Tourette's have tics, or which makes them feel like they have to constantly act out. Chromosome 13 is where where this disease takes place in, and what chromosome 13 does is it has to deal with all the brain and how the brain develops and what the brain has to do for the body. And one gene that has been discovered in a few, but very rarely in cases of Tourette's, is SLIT-RK1. What this is, in some cases are very rare, is it's a frame shift mutation, which is either an addition or deletion out of the gene, which causes a different coding. You can consider Tourette's as partially inheritable, because if a parent has Tourette's of the inherited form, then the child or offspring of that parent will have a 50% chance of getting Tourette's syndrome. In boys, you're more likely to see tics, but in girls, OCD is more of a form. And you're likely to see it come about around ages 6 to 18, where you'll be able to see the tics more pronounced, or the obsessive-compulsive disorder to come out of girls. Tourette's is also considered an autosomal or a non-sexual cell, which every other cell in your body is. And it's an autosomal dominant, which means it only takes one gene or one defective copy to be transferred down to have the person contract Tourette's. For a biotechnology standpoint, there really isn't a medication to help Tourette's syndrome, but it's been shown that some psychoactive medicines seem to work, and there's a lot of other ways to suppress tics and to teach kids how to deal with their disorders or tics in a different way. Thank you.